Aaron Kaufman, regarded for his extraordinary mechanical capabilities and signature beard, became one in every of the most important motives. Fast and Loud became a hit. But after 14 seasons, he made the unexpected selection to leave all of it in the back of. So what occurred? Stay tuned as we dive into the reasons why he walked away from the show that made him well known. Aaron Kaufman's love for machines began while he became just a kid. If it had an engine, if it moved, if it made a noisy noise, he was involved. He failed to just need to watch, he wanted to take matters aside, apprehend how they worked, after which put them back collectively. That interest, that need to apprehend machines, is what led him down the direction to turning into one of the maximum famous custom vehicle builders within the International. A huge cause Aaron fell in love with automobiles was because of his father. His dad changed into a mechanic, someone who lived and breathed engines. He wasn't just solving motors to make a reciting, he truly loved it. Motorsports, cars, trucks, the whole lot about them interested him. Naturally, Aaron grew up surrounded by equipment, grease-stained arms, and the consistent sound of engines revving. Imagine being a child in that environment. It is no marvel. He developed a passion for vehicles himself. But here's the interesting part. While Aaron found out plenty from his dad, his actual ardor didn't completely ignite till he started out riding. It's one thing to paintings on a car in a garage, but it is a whole distinct enjoy when you get in the back of the wheel and feel the energy of the gadget you've got constructed. That's when matters modified for him. Aaron Kaufman's adventure to becoming a international famous vehicle builder did not start the way you would possibly anticipate. Unlike some kids who grow up in garages complete of extra automobiles to tinker with, Aaron didn't have that luxurious. He wasn't past fancy equipment or more motors just to test on. Instead, he had to research the difficult way via running on his very own automobiles each time they wanted upkeep. Imagine being a youngster, knowing that if your vehicle broke down, there was no one else to repair it. However, no mechanic, no more money to get it professionally repaired, simply you, your gear, and the trouble sitting in front of you. That type of fingers-on revel-in forced him to broaden his talents fast. And bet what? Aaron by no means planned to be a mechanic. If you had requested younger Aaron Kaufman what he wanted to be while he grew up, he wouldn't have said he wanted to construct a number of the coolest custom automobiles in the global. Nope's dream activity turned into to be a park ranger. That's right. Aaron desired a lifestyles out in nature, surrounded by way of natural world, exploring the terrific outside. He imagined himself in a rugged off-avenue truck, patrolling forests, hiking mountains, and shielding nature. But Lifestyles has a humorous way of meanness and surprising guidelines. Even although Aaron in no way have become a park ranger, his love for off-roading in no way dwindled. In reality, it have become a large part of his profession in a while. He did not simply build motors to appearance cool, he constructed them to perform, to address rough terrain, to head places most motors couldn't. Before Aaron Kaufman have become the bearded mechanical genius that fanatics around the sector realize and love, he was just a guy running in a small storage in Dallas. He wasn't famous. He wasn't on television. He was simply a person with an high-quality expertise for tearing things apart, identifying how they worked, after which putting them again together handiest better than earlier than. One day, at the same time as working at a local Dallas storage, Aaron met Richard Rawlings, a person with large desires, a love for automobiles, and a sharp eye for skills. Rawlings had currently started out Gas Monkey Garage, a shop that specialized in taking antique, worn-down cars and reworking them into custom warm rods and vintage beauties. Rawlings at once noticed something special in Aaron. His abilities weren't just average. This guy had an unprecedented presence when it got here to motors. He may want to visualize a challenge before even starting it, and his attention to detail was unmatched. It failed to take lengthy for Rawlings to make him a suggestion to paintings for him at Gas Monkey Garage. By 2012, Rawlings had an even larger idea. He wanted to take Gas Monkey Garage to TV. He pitched the concept of a fact display approximately vehicle recovery and flipping, and soon Discovery Channel picked it up. That show became Fast and Loud, and Aaron Kaufman quick have become a fan preferred. What made him stand out? Was it the lengthy, rugged beard, the calm, centered way he worked, the insane talent that allowed him to turn rusty, forgotten automobiles into jaw-dropping masterpieces? Probably all of the above. While Rawlings turned into the loud, energetic businessman, Aaron became the quiet, methodical genius in the back of the builds. The made an unbeatable crew, and Fast and Loud have become a big hit. One element that virtually set Aaron apart became his implausible dedication to his craft. It wasn't only a task for him, it became his ardor, and he proved that inside the maximum extreme manner feasible. At one factor throughout filming, Aaron had to undergo emergency surgical procedure. Now, most people might take day without work to rest and get better. Not Aaron. He only took 3 days off before coming proper return to paintings. 3 days, can you believe? Most people would not even bear in mind working after surgical treatment, but Aaron didn't want to slow down. For years, lovers of Fast and Loud tuned in to watch Aaron Kaufman and Richard Rawlings remodel old, forgotten automobiles into stunning masterpieces. They had been a dynamic duo, Rawlings, the quick-speaking businessman, and Kaufman, the bearded mechanical genius who ought to carry any car lower back to life. But by means of the cease of 2016, something changed. Fans have been taken aback to hear that Aaron Kaufman changed into leaving the display. After 14 years of operating together, Kaufman was walking far from Gas Monkey Garage and Fast and Loud. Why would he depart something so a success? What occurred behind the curtain? Let's take a closer appearance. From the outside, working at Gas Monkey Garage appeared like a dream, task customizing cars, being on television, and creating a name within the car world. But for Aaron, the truth wasn't as best as it seemed. He later admitted that the final 5 years at GMG felt like 20. That means the workload, the pressure, and the creative differences had taken a severe toll on him. That's a long term to feel sad to your work. The largest issue among Kaufman and Rawlings turned into their very exclusive visions for car building. Aaron had a dream of building larger, greater complex, and greater powerful cars. But the television show had exceptional desires. They wanted vehicles that have been smaller, quicker to build, and extra entertainment friendly. Aaron later defined in an interview with Art of Gears that his preference was to construct motors that had been large or greater complex, but the needs of TV required him to work on vehicles that had been lots smaller and less difficult. This difference in creative route made every task more frustrating for him, because it didn't align together with his vision for the styles of builds he desired to focus on. On top of the creative struggles, Kaufman also admitted that there had been a few private and professional disagreements with Rawlings. While he didn't pass into too many info, he made it clean that matters weren't as smooth behind the curtain as they appeared on television. He described the state of affairs as achieving a fork in the road. One route caused staying at Gas Monkey Garage, persevering with, to paintings below stressful conditions, and feeling confined. The other course led to freedom to new possibilities, new tasks, and the capability to construct automobiles the way he desired. In the stop, he selected freedom. One of the biggest questions fans had changed into became their awful blood between Kaufman and Rawlings. While Kaufman stored things expert, he did hint that there has been some tension. He didn't leave on horrific terms exactly. However, there had been truly frustrations and disagreements that performed a role in his decision. Leaving activity after 14 years isn't clean. And whilst you work that carefully with a person for that long, things can get complicated. When Kaufman introduced he was leaving GMG and the display, it left many humans consisting of Richard Rawlings absolutely bowled over. Even though dropping Kaufman was a large blow, Gas Monkey Garage had no preference, however, to transport on. But did it?